Bond is now increased to $2 million for the man accused of killing his girlfriend's 16-year-old daughter Friday. Van Brisbane is charged in the death of Nimitz High School sophomore Lauren Juma. And tonight, we're learning more disturbing details about the crime following Brisbane's court appearance today. Aniele Ruiz is here to walk us through what happened. Aniele, we understand there could even be some changes to his charges.
That's right. It all depends on the evidence that investigators gather. But we do know that so far, as of today, his bond was increased from $1 million to $2 million. It was an emotional hearing for family members of 16-year-old Lauren Juma and also for family members of her alleged killer. Monday morning was 60-year-old Van Brisbane's first court appearance after he was charged with murdering Lauren.
I love my uncle to death. I swear I do, but I will never be able to understand how he did something like this to Lauren.
That was Brisbane's niece. She was wailing inside the courtroom during his hearing, and a bailiff had to ask her to step outside. But the details of this case were very graphic to hear. Prosecutors said on Friday Juma was found dead with her clothes in disarray. They go on to say that Brisbane was seen pulling up and adjusting his pants while coming out of their home after 2 shots were heard. Investigators say Lauren was on the phone with her mom and her sister prior to her death and said she woke up to Brisbane standing in the dark room acting weird. Prosecutors asking for a higher bond amount.
Asked for $2 million. And the judge granted it.
One thing his family made very clear, even though they're his blood relatives, they're supporting Lauren and her family.
People have to be accountable for their actions. If we don't hold people accountable for the things that they do wrong, then people will continue to do wrong.
His niece had this shirt made that says, "Here for Lauren," and she doesn't know how this could have happened.
How he could take her life from her, I can never understand it.
Just a very emotional hearing, as you can imagine. Now, the judge did ask prosecutors to rush the forensic evidence to see if Lauren was sexually assaulted. And if she was, there could be potentially some changes in the charges, and he could be charged with capital murder. But again, this will all be up to the Harris County District Attorney's Office to see if they can even prove this. Now, by the way, we did contact the Harris County Sheriff's Office, and they told me that when he was arrested on Friday, he did show signs of intoxication. Reporting live in the Harris County Courthouse, Aniele Ruiz, KHOU 11 News.
First tonight at 9, a 60-year-old man in Humble is facing a murder charge, accused of shooting and killing his girlfriend's 16-year-old daughter.
We spoke with the father and stepmom tonight as they are now forced to say goodbye. Our Tiffany Justice joining us live with this story. Tiffany.
Right, the family still trying to wrap their heads around the fact that she was killed and how she was so brutally taken away.
My daughter was a very wonderful, caring person. You know, she was very friendly, nice, and she had her friends. Everybody loved her.
A teen's life violently taken away by someone family says she trusted. This once quiet, humble neighborhood still in shock by a shooting that took the life of 16-year-old Lauren Juma, a student at Nimitz High School.
He does not need to be let go or set free because that a monster like that would kill an innocent little girl that he was in her life, that she trusted for years.
This man is now in custody facing a murder charge, the victim's mother's boyfriend. The suspect, 6-year-old Van Brisbane, came out of the house, according to police, telling them to do what they had to do. Police say the teen was on the phone with her mother just before the shooting. We're told Lauren's older sister was the one who called 911 this morning, telling them that Lauren was being held at gunpoint by her mother's boyfriend. The mother out of town for work, arriving back home to her daughter dead.
Death is too good for him. When he walked outside and said do what you gotta do, he was looking for death. It is too good for him. He needs to rot in prison.
Police say as deputies were arriving to the home, they heard the gunshots as they were approaching the front door. Neighbors speaking with Fox 26 saying they're rattled by the death, saying it's going to forever change the neighborhood.
This was a good neighborhood, quiet. We don't have crime. So now when you look us up, the only crime you have is a murder, and it's a child.
She was like, Dad, I'm going to give me a job, and that's what she did, and I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to get my own car. That's what she recently just did.
Now, family says after graduating, she was planning to join the Air Force. Police say they're still trying to determine a motive and that Brisbane is not being cooperative. Reporting live, Tiffany Justice, Fox 26 News.
We begin with that tragic story out of Northeast Harris County. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Andy Cerrone.
And I'm Lisa Hernandez. It is every parent's worst nightmare. A 16-year-old girl shot and killed in a home this morning, and investigators say her mother's boyfriend was behind it all. This is all still unfolding at a home off Canton Trace and Atwood Hills Lane. Our Brittany Jeffers joining us live from the scene with the very latest. Brittany.
And family members are absolutely heartbroken. I spoke with the 16-year-old victim's father, and he tells me his daughter attended Nimitz High School. He says that she was a good kid, a great sister. He says that she had big aspirations, that she wanted to be a police officer or join the military. And he says that he wants answers. He wants to know what happened inside of that home. Now, Lauren Juma shared a photo with us. He says that this is his 16-year-old daughter. He identified the victim as 16-year-old Lauren Juma. Now, since early this morning, investigators were going in and out of the home, which was a crime scene on Canton Trace Lane. Now, investigators say that around 1 o'clock this morning, it was the victim's older sister who called 911 to alert them and let them know that her 16-year-old sister was being held captive at gunpoint inside of the house by her mother's boyfriend.
Constables went en route to the scene. When they arrived, approaching the residence, they heard one gunshot coming from inside the residence, heard screaming, and then a second gunshot shortly thereafter. Almost immediately, a male exited the residence and basically stated, "Y'all do what you have to do."
Now, detectives say that when they went inside of that house, they found the 16-year-old had been shot multiple times. Since then, investigators have identified the suspect as 60-year-old, Dan Brisbane. He's been charged with murder. Investigators say that the teenager and the suspect were the only two inside of the house at the time. They tell us the mother was out of town but has since returned. Now, in the meantime, deputies tell us that Brisbane, the suspect, has not been cooperative. Again, he has been charged with murder, currently being held in the Harris County Jail. Reporting live, I'm Brittany Jeffers, KPRC 2 News.
Brittany.
This developing story. Investigators have arrested a man they say held a teenage girl captive, then shot and killed her. This happened after 1 a.m. on Canton Trace in the Humble area. Good afternoon. I'm Sherman Chow. Authorities say the boyfriend of the teenager's mother is the alleged shooter. Ugochi Iloko joins us live from where all this happened with some new information. An awful story, Ugochi.
Sherman, this is just horrific if you think about it. I just got off the phone with the mother of that teen girl that was killed, and she tells me that her 16-year-old daughter was a sophomore at Nimitz High School and that she was a good girl. She's devastated and wants to know why her boyfriend would take her child away. Here are pictures, take a look at your screen now, of the 16-year-old identified as Lauren Juma. These pictures, they were given to us by family members, and Harris County Constable Precinct 4 says they got a call from a woman claiming her sister was being held against her will by their mom's boyfriend at gunpoint. Deputies pulled up to a house on the 2400 block of Canton Trace near FM 1960 just after 1 a.m. and say they heard one gunshot from inside the house, then screaming. Investigators tell us another gunshot was heard after that, and then a 60-year-old man came out with his hands up. They went inside the home, and deputies say they found a teen girl dead with multiple gunshot wounds. Her mother was out of town at the time, but investigators say she was on the phone with her daughter prior to the murder. One neighbor describes what he heard and saw.
I thought it was just a regular, conversation, but woke up this morning, looked down the street, and I seen a lot of police officers going on, and I heard about the unfortunate situation. And imagine you go out of town, man, and get a call from your daughter. You know, that was her last call.
Yeah, your heart really goes out to this family. We're also told by family members that Lauren wanted to pursue a career in law enforcement after high school. Now authorities have arrested, we understand, 6-year-old Van Brisbane. This is according to the Harris County Sheriff. He confirmed that. Now, we reached out to the Harris County Sheriff's Office to get more information about the motive. We have not heard back, but they did confirm that this suspect who was arrested, when he came outside of the house with his hands up, he said, "Do what you have to." Sherman?
A lot of questions. All right, and a 60-year-old suspect in custody now. Thank you, Ugochi.
It is a story we first told you about on Friday. A teenager shot and killed by her stepfather after being held captive.
Well, today he's scheduled to face a judge. Our Kathy Hernandez is on the story live from downtown Houston. Kathy?
Good morning, and it'll be the first time he appears in court. Van Brisbane is now behind bars this morning on a $1 million bond. Let's take a look at his picture. The 60-year-old is charged for murder in the death of his stepdaughter, 16-year-old Lauren Juma, a junior and cheerleader at Nimitz High School. Lauren's older sister called 911 Friday morning saying her stepfather was holding her sister captive at gunpoint inside their northeast Harris County home. When deputies arrived, they heard 2 gunshots. They took Brisbane into custody and found Lauren dead inside the home. Brisbane waived his right to appear in probable cause court over the weekend. Still, prosecutors revealed that he had displayed erratic behavior before the shooting. Right now, a motive is unclear. Again, he will appear in court this morning and will be inside the courtroom and keep you updated. Reporting live in downtown Houston, Kathy Hernandez, KPRC 2 News.
Kathy, thank you for that.
Henry Brisbane, he waived court. He's accused of the first-degree felony offense of murder. Probable cause exists in his case. His case is pending in the 174th District Court with Judge Hazel Jones. Ms. Bradbury?
Yes, Your Honor. The state requests a $2 million bond amount in this case. We're opposed to appear on bond. Under 1703, the state notes the defendant shot and killed his stepdaughter, who is 16 years old, and who was found with her pants around her knees, deceased. When police arrived, and the defendant's pants were also down, the state requests the following bond conditions. No contact with Karika Harmon. No contact with Lori Young. No contact with any of the decedent's family members, personally or through a third party. No contact with 20407 Canton Trace Trail in Humble, Texas. No weapons or firearms, no drugs or alcohol, random urinalysis, GPS monitoring, 24-hour house arrest. Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Bradbury. Ms. Allen, on behalf of Mr. Brisbane.
Yes, Your Honor. We're going to request for a $50,000 bond for Mr. Brisbane. He is 60 years old and has ties to Houston, as he's been living in Houston for the past 6 years. We are going to be opposed to a 24-hour house arrest condition as the state requested, as Mr. Brisbane has been working as an independent contractor with the company for the past year. He did receive his high school diploma and also has transportation back to court with his own vehicle. And that's it, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Allen. All right, Mr. Brisbane scores a 2-2 and is a yes to the new violent criminal activity flag. He will have the following conditions of bond in his case. He's not to have any contact with the complainant's LJ's family or household members, including but not limited to Lori Young and Karika Harmon. He has to remain within Harris County and surrounding counties while this case is pending. unless Judge Jones decides otherwise. He cannot use, possess, or consume any alcohol or drugs. He cannot possess any weapons, firearms, or ammunition. And he will have an electronic monitor. He will get that monitor within 10 days. Bond in this case will be set at $1 million. I'm not approving a personal bond. The allegation here is that the complainant's mother was contacted. She was concerned that Mr. Brisbane allegedly displayed some erratic behavior. She contacted her other daughter and asked her to go over to the home. Also, police were called while at the scene, while the police were at the scene, and the sister of the complainant were there. Before they could enter the home, they heard 2 shots. Apparently, or allegedly, the complainant was shot in the head. It's also noted that her pants were supposedly down around her ankles. And also it's noted that police observed allegedly that Mr. Brisbane, he was pulling his pants up as he exited the home. So I have serious concerns for community safety and for the safety of this decedent's, or the complainant, excuse me, family. So bail will be set at $1 million. The issue of bond reduction can be addressed in the trial court. All right, is there anything else from the state, Ms. Bradbury?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Anything else from the defense, Ms. Allen?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, thank you so much for staying over. All right, that's going to conclude the 4 a.m. Class A and B misdemeanor and felony docket for
Lauren.
Okay.
Let's go, Lauren.
These are our sisters in the squad. We'll treat each other with respect.
here, we've been going through an entire week, and I commend all of you for everything you've done this year. I'm very, very proud of each and every one of you guys. Lauren will forever be our cheer angel. She will forever be in our hearts, and we know that Lauren wanted a backpack. So I got us some pins for your backpack today, and they actually have magnets on the back. You can wear them on you, but you can pin them on your backpack, put them on your refrigerator, but these are for you guys to know that Lauren will forever be with you. Okay? So, only take one, okay? I'm gonna take the box and just take one out of it, okay?
And the situation about Lauren has just been heavy on my heart. And I watched all of you guys be hurt and stand up and just be phenomenal young women. And I wanted to do something for y'all as well as the family, which I already have. I'm sorry that y'all missed it, but I've already presented hers. It was important to every girl. My daughter Wasserman, when she made the team, she was very excited, and she couldn't wait to get her pink uniform because, as y'all know, that's the only one that y'all get to open your closets and see all the time. I wanted to make sure that y'all had a way in the cheer period or girls outside of the cheer period to remember Lauren with her uniform and receiving her uniform. It's not actually her, but it's our gesture, myself and the coaches, all the other parents, so that you guys had something to remember her lives with. I hope y'all accept my gesture and accept, my kind heart. This is Lauren's pink uniform for her baby. I've created her a baby. I named her Sprinkle. You guys can change her name at Build-A-Bear Workshop. The bear came from Build-A-Bear, but everything else was created by myself and my daughter. I wanted to make sure she got her uniform. I'm sorry I'm not a good seamstress, but I tried to make sure that she got her Cooper Paws. This is Sprinkle. She has a NHS cheer uniform, and that was important to me, that we had something that said her name, and also that she can get her NHS in. So I hope you guys take this bear with love. I also put something inside. The clicker will go out, so let's not run the clicker down. But she also says the sister prayer for Lauren. And these are your voices that's inside of her. Reciting the cheer prayer. So I wanted to make sure that she was a part of that, so she didn't get to be a part of that. I hope y'all don't let this baby. I hope this baby stays with you, HX. This is important to me. She stays with us. She not go home anywhere. If so be, extra coaches. Anytime. You want to see her there. You have no idea. Y'all want to take this back to 15 minutes? It's yours now. If you don't decide to do it, you have to collect the home. That's fine. Thank y'all.
Though I'm missing you, I find a way to get through. Living without you, 'cause you were my sister, my strength, and my pride. Only God may know why. Still I will get by.
Looking down, shining, smiling at you guys, so happy that you guys are here to realize how much love and support she has from all of y'all. Y'all all have to be strong. I know she was y'all's friend, and just pray, and y'all hold one another and be there for one another, and cherish the memories that you guys had with her. I know she was excited for the joining cheer, and thank you so much, ladies, for coming out and putting this together. Because without you, look how massive you guys are getting, you know. And from her mom, she wanted to thank you all for coming and showing love and support. So we'll send her the pictures and the videos. And just please pray for her family. We'll be praying for all of y'all. And know that she's looking down on y'all and she's in heaven. Thank you all. Y'all are great friends to her. Thank y'all.
On 3, I guess we should say, you know, something that we love about her, or that, you know, we admired about her as you release your balloon. And